Okay, Amber, so the last paper one you sat for me, you got 32. You're estimating 42, so that would be good. That's an improvement of 10 marks. It's still quite a way off a grade C, but it's a step certainly in the right direction. So let's see how you get on. Okay, so the first one unfortunately is wrong. What you've written down there is 2,250,310. For that to be 2,025,000, that 0 needs to be there. That one's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go through your square numbers, so 5 5s are 25, 6 6s 36, 7 7s 49, 8 8s 64, 9 9s 81. With this one, 9 doesn't go into 28. 18 doesn't go into 28. It's often easier to work them out in pairs. So you know that 1 and 28 are factors, because 1 times 28 is 28. 2 is a factor. How many times does 2 go into 28? 14 times. 4 is a factor. How many times? 7. And that's it. So you've got those 3 groups of paired numbers. Because you've got some missing and you've got 2 wrong, you're not going to get any marks there. 7,000 is correct, 14 is correct. Here, a tens digit of 1 means it's in the 50s. So you're looking for a number that's in the 50s that nothing else goes into apart from itself and 1. And there are 2 of them. 53 is one, 59 is the other. What you've written down there is correct, but it doesn't answer the question fully, which is to give it in its simplest form. Now, because you can divide both of those numbers by the same number, 2, you can cancel it down and simplify it, because 6 divided by 2 is 3, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So you'll only get one of the 2 marks available there. So on that first page, you're going to score 5, 8. That is wrong. The maths is wrong with you. What you want to be doing there is, first of all, get rid of the change. If she had 80 pence change, that means the pens actually cost her £7.20. And because each pen is 60 pence, you then want to see how many times 60 goes into £7.20. And you can either do that as a dividing sum or by just adding up lots of 60s until you get to £7.20. So there's no marks for what you've done there, unfortunately. 8, 6, 10, 11 is correct. There are 4 marks for the graph, as you know, and you're going to get 3 of them. You're going to lose a mark because you haven't labelled this axis. So you either label it frequency, or you'd call it the number of pupils that choose the sports, something like that. That's correct, and so is that. And so is that. So that's good. That's a good page. 10 marks. Okay, so when you're going around this shape, let's say we start there. You're going to go 8 plus 3, but then you need this distance here, okay, and that distance there is a 5 and a 3 and a 3 and an 8 and a 3. So you've got that 3 there, that 5, that 3, and then here you've got 3 and 3 and 8. So the best thing to do is to go around and make sure you've got all the measurements before you add them up. You haven't got them all there. So your method is right, your units are wrong, but it doesn't matter because it's not asking you for them. So you aren't going to get the right any more marks than 1 for that because you've missed too many sides out. For this one, your units are correct, so you'll definitely get that mark. Then your area of A is 3 times 8, which is 24. Your area of B isn't 3 times 3, it's 3 times 6. So that's where your mistake has come from there. That should be 3 times 6. So with this one, you're going to get the method mark, You're going to lose the mark for the incorrect maths, but you get the unit mark. That's correct. That isn't. It's 30%, and those are wrong too. What you need to do, the easiest way to turn them into fractions is from the percentage, because percent means out of 100. So 40% means 40 out of 100. 3%, or 30% as it should be, would be 30 out of 100. So only one there. So total for the page, 4. That one's correct. Win once, draw once, lose twice is correct. And this one is wrong. Wins 1, loses 4. If he wins 1, he gets 3. And then if he loses 4, and then he's going to go down by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 take away 2 is 1. Take away 2 is minus 1. Take away 2 is minus 3. Take away 2 is minus 5. So that one is wrong. So you got 4 marks there. 6 foot. I'm doubling the height of the man to have an estimate of 12.5. So why have you done 6 times 3? What you need to do is get that measurement, and what you've got there is another 6 foot, and then you've got that much there, which is probably half of it, which is probably 3 foot. So what you should be looking for is 15 foot. Okay, so you get your 1 mark for your estimate. You get your 1 mark for how you're doing it, but you lose a mark because your accuracy isn't close enough. So 4, 7 for that page. 116 isn't right. That's correct, and that's correct. So all you've done wrong here is that it adds up to 180, not 190. If you'd have done that, you'd have got the right answer. Angles inside the triangle add up to 180 degrees, not 190. With this one, you need to add up the 3 angles there, and the property is that angles inside a 4-sided shape, a quadrilateral, add up to 360. So you add those 3 together, which is what you're doing there, although you've added it up incorrectly. You take that away from 360, and then to give you that angle, and then take that away from 180. So unfortunately there, you've got the 180 there. So it's the fact that that is wrong is what the mistake is. So there, your method is not right. I can't give you the marks because you're not showing me there that you're taking away from 360. Here you haven't read the rule. Okay, you need to read the rule. They're wrong. What you should be doing is multiplying. 4, where it says the product means multiply, and it gives you an example there. So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, and so on. So 2 marks on that page. Probability of winning a prize is wrong both ways. From your example, it's impossible to win a prize because you win a prize by getting 10 or more, and none of your outcomes are 10 or more. So that is wrong completely. What I need you to do is to watch how I explain this on the video clip. 30 is wrong as well. 6 8 sixes are 48, but it isn't £4.80, it's £48, because that should be 80 pence times 60, and this again should be 30 times 1.5, so that's not right either. So there's quite a few mistakes in there, but you're nearly there. That is minus 1a plus 2a. 5a take away 6a. You're at 5 on your number line, you're going down 6. If in doubt, draw yourself a little number line. So that should be minus, but the 2b is right. That's not right. That's x divided by 5 is 10. So to get the x on its own, you've got to get rid of a divide by 5, which is doing the opposite of dividing by 5, which is multiplying by 5. With this one, this was something we've been practicing in the last few lessons. First of all, you have to get rid of an add 7, which means you take away 7. So 3x, you got rid of the add 7 by taking away 7. So 3x is 12. Then you need to get rid of the times 3 by dividing by 3. So only 1 mark on that page, unfortunately. With these, you need to explain your decisions. If you don't give an explanation, you're not going to get any marks. So what they want you to say here is it's false because 2 is an even number and a prime number. Here you need to pick a number that ends in 8, that you don't get a number ending in 4 when you halve it. So 18 divided by 2, for example, is 9. That's not right. What they're looking for there is if the start number is even, the other number is odd. If your start number is odd, the other number is even, and if you multiply any number by an even number, you get an even number. You're going to start doing the right thing there, okay, but you just need to go on and repeatedly divide. So first of all, divide by 2, which will give you 75. Then divide by 5, which will give you 15. Then divide by 5, which will give you 3. Then you've got prime numbers everywhere, so you stop dividing, and then you write it as 2 times 5 times 5 times 3. In index form, you've only got 1 2, you've only got 1 3, and you've got 2 5s. That's good. So 2 marks on that page. 75 is correct. Tom is correct, but you then need to explain why Tom is correct. And what you need to look at are these bars up here where the logs are longer. So Billy has only got 5 logs there and 5 logs there, 10 logs altogether, bigger than 65. Tom has got 30 and 10, 40 logs bigger than 65. That's what you need to put in your explanation. Watch how I go through this on the video clip. You haven't got it right. So watch how I progress that question. This one's wrong with you as well, and again, that's a parallel lines question. Watch how I go through it on the video clip. That one's right. That's another one to watch. Okay, so you're thinking 42. Last time you had 32. Let's see how you've done. 8, 10, 20, 24, 31, 33, 34, 36, 37, 40. So not bad as an estimate. Better than last time, but you need to be making a bit more progress more quickly as we get closer to this November exam, Amber. But at least you're going in the right direction. 40 is an E, It is 9 marks off a D. Okay, so you need to focus especially on the marks in the first half of the paper. Where have you made mistakes? Watch how I do it on the video clip. See if you can make sure that you iron those mistakes out.